Why?
Okay, so I'm going to start by reading the performance expectation for PE 1A, which would be develop models to describe the atomic composition of simple molecules and extended structures. So I'm going to be focusing on the SEP for this performance expectation, which would be represented with develop models to describe. This connects to the SEP developing and using models. So this can relate back to our learning in class, which would be learning about atoms. So an atom is one element, which you can find on the periodic table of elements, which an example of it would be oxygen. So that would be represented with an O, or you can model it with maybe like one expo marker, which can represent just one atom. So when you bond atoms, you'll create a molecule, which there is two types of molecules which you can form. One type of molecule is an elemental molecule, and it is when more than one of the same elements are bonded. So an example of this would be oxygen gas, because there are two atoms of oxygen. This can be modeled with expo markers by showing two atoms or two expo markers of the same kind. So the other kind of molecule you'd form would be a compound molecule, which is when you have more than one type of atom, and it can be, an example would be CO2, and you have one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen. So this could be modeled when you have your two atoms of oxygen and you have your one atom of carbon. So this would represent a compound molecule.